The one thing that you really do always have control over is yourself and how you manage your own energy, which is why I recommend having a rage ritual. Have you ever felt so frustrated, like nothing that you can do except for feel into this rage, or that you have to just shove it down to go along, to get along? Welcome to Move with Soul. Whether you're tuning in for the week of January 2nd to January 8th, or because something in this title or description has drawn to you, trust that. And if you've been a listener of this podcast for a while, you'll have noticed some changes. I'll leave some more information about why and what things you can expect at the end of the video. So when I was making my notes for this, I noticed two particular things that stood out. One is that Mars and Pluto opposition that we have on January 3rd, 2nd. We're starting off the year coming in hot with that one. And then Mars also then going back into Cancer, retrograding back into Cancer shortly after. So what does that mean in real language? Mars and Pluto opposing each other is like what it sounds as an opposition is a push-pull. Mars is the planet of how we take action, passion, sex, desire, aggression, the god of war. And Pluto is the planet of the underworld, hidden secrets, hidden power dynamics, control dynamics. So when these two planets form, the opposition is a tense aspect in the sky. It can bring up anger and aggression in your life, or situations where you feel powerless, situations where you feel really, really frustrated, or you want things to be different, but you feel like this outside force is just hanging over you, controlling over you, and there's just nothing that you can do about it. Now, anger and rage, it's a tricky emotion to work with. For me, it was the hardest, and it continues to be the hardest one, most difficult one to access, especially for women and feminine energies. Because we're taught that angry women don't have a place in society. A sad woman, yes. An angry woman, unhinged, crazy, off the rails. If you can even think back to childhood, when maybe times you were angry, you learned to cry and you would get that comfort and love that you were desiring. So notice how this is coming up in your life. If you are feeling that aggression, that rage, that anger, that wanting things to be different and not being able to do anything about it. And remember that the planets, they always have our best interest. So whatever it is that you are going through, if it is based on this current transit, is for a deeper reason. It's for a deeper meaning. But the one thing that you really do always have control over is yourself and how you manage your own energy, which is why I recommend having a rage ritual or a practice that you can go to channel this frustration so it doesn't just get unleashed onto any unsuspecting victim coming up next, or your loved one, or you feel that shame come up after you explode, or perhaps you don't even remember the last time you were angry. It's in there. It's in there. Even if you just think about systemic issues, if it's hard to think about what you're really angry about. Embodying the emotion, gaining that emotional fluidity is only going to help you not have this stored in your body manifesting as who knows what. So start to notice, start to tune into your body now. And when I say anger, what do you feel? Do you notice your stomach tightening? Right away, I notice my jaw and my throat is tensed up, my shoulders. It's going to be different for you. It's going to be different for everybody, where you feel this, when you feel this, how you feel this. And what a rage ritual is it is creating a safe space for you to express this emotion. So whether that's inside somewhere, gathering some props, some pillows, some blankets, some towels to wring out, things that you can hit, a place that you can stomp around, or if you don't have that, in a car. Going in a car where you can scream, express, vocalize this emotion. You'll want to get some music that makes you want to rage. It could be rock, it could be house music, really intense techno, it could be anything that resonates with you. I'll link some of my favorite songs down below for this practice. And you'll set a timer from anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes, not longer. If you go a little longer, it's okay. But you want to practice expressing this emotion in a contained way. In a way that feels safe to your nervous system enough that it doesn't make the problem worse. So that's why you'll get your timer, you'll get your music, you'll get your props, you'll put on your music and just start to feel it. Notice how your body wants to react. Does it want to shake? Does it want to stomp around? Do you want to punch the air? By channeling this energy and letting yourself express it, you're letting it move through you, through your body, so it doesn't get shoved down, shoved down, shoved down to then explode onto something else later or dictate your decisions in your life. I mean, have you ever been this Pluto energy, like controlled, or in a situation where you feel like people are holding you back or these outside circumstances are holding you back? It starts to create these belief systems that we have about ourselves, that we're not capable, or whatever the story is. By feeling this, expressing it, and letting it move out of your body, you're giving it a way out so you can come back to the truth of who you really are and what you truly know you deserve and what you believe. So channel that aggression. And I'll have to say, like, this was the most difficult emotion for me to access when I started practicing with somatics and embodiment. It might take practice. Exploring this is like something that you know that you need. I highly recommend reaching out to a somatic therapist or a coach that you can work with, because what that will do is provide you that safe container of space for you to express, and you don't have to think, oh, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? How is this? And I have to say, the clients that I've worked with, when they start to access their anger, that's when everything starts to change. If you're wanting to try this one-on-one support, I'll also leave some more information for that down below. And the second aspect of the week that stood out, that so beautifully coincides with this Mars and Pluto opposition, is Mars, that same planet of desire, of how you take action, is retrograding. So it's moving backwards into Cancer, which is a soft, nurturing, reflective energy. This is asking you to reflect on, how can you best look after your needs? What do you need to mother yourself, to nurture yourself? And it's just like, think about it. After you go into that rage, you feel that it's this messy thing that you're expressing and you're feeling and you're emoting, you're letting it out. And then everything kind of settles down and calms down. The Cancer energy is like going into your soft, cozy nest of a bed with your favorite books and your favorite snacks and just being cozy and having compassion for yourself. It's such a compassionate energy. It's asking you to reflect on, are you taking care of yourself the way that you need to take care of yourself? What do you need to give yourself to calm your nervous system, soothe down after this big emotional release, expressing your rage, feeling this frustration, this power and control? How can you then bring it down back into the safety in your body? What do you need to give yourself in your self-care routine so you can then go out and showcase your talents, why you came here, make the impact you wanted to make, be here, the reason why you're here on the planet, on this earth, as it moves forward back into Leo when it goes direct. Maybe that having a rage ritual or a place where you can express your anger is the exact form of self-care that you need. And then how can you nurture yourself back to that calm, cozy center afterward? Let me know what's coming up for you as you listen to this. Any questions or curiosities that you have, things you want to try, or how this energy may be showing up for you, let me know down below. And as promised, what's with this change? Well, I have been dreaming of a way that I could be in conversation with you, sharing these tips with embodiment, these somatic practices, holistic health routines for you to best become your highest, healthiest, most vibrant self. To do that more consistently, knowing the way that I operate, I need something to respond to. And I've been using the astrological energies and transits to guide my routines, my reflections, my business, my relationships, my vacations, my everything for the last, 5 years now. And it has proven to be such a helpful tool. So I figured, what a better way than to combine the current transits and energies to inspire topics for these episodes. So let me know, do you already use astrology to guide your life and self-reflect? Or are you excited to? Again, I'm Jeanne, and I'll leave more information about me and my offerings down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.